Happy New Comic Book Wednesday, everyone! I'm super excited. I picked up my 10 comics today. Yeah, 10 comics. That's pretty normal, I'm not gonna lie. But they're really amazing today. I loved every single comic I picked up, and I can't wait to share them all with you. So let's go ahead and get started! The first comic I'm going to show you is Effigy from Vertigo Comics. It's written by Tim Seeley, who did a lot of G.I. Joe, and the art's by Marley Zarcone. Now, the main character is a former childhood star who was on a show kind of like Power Rangers, but then she went the route of Kim Kardashian and made a sex tape. It kind of made a huge scandal. She went from an A-list celebrity to a Z-list celebrity, and she moved back home to her town, Effigy, Mound, Illinois, where she became a cop. And currently she's investigating a murder with her partner, who's a detective, where the murder scene was a lot like one of the episodes that she starred in. So it's really interesting. I really like it. Definitely check this out. The next comic I'm going to show you is The Life After, and I'm pretty bad because I always call it The Afterlife. I get really tongue-tied easily. I don't like words. Why I'm making YouTube videos with words, I don't know. But I'm having fun. That's what matters. So this is from Omnipress, and the writer is Joshua Hill. I can't say his name. Filekov. Again, words kind of weird for me. But he's also the writer for Bunker, which I absolutely love, and we'll talk about that later on down the line. And the artist is Gabo. I'm gonna say Gabo. I actually met the artist at Emerald City Comic Con up in Seattle. He was really cool, got a lot of my issues signed, so I was happy about that. But more about the comic itself. This guy is living in this limbo and he doesn't really know it. And this whole city is just infinite, and it's just infinite sadness. Nothing good ever happens, and it's all being controlled until one day he kind of figures out what's going on, and he's literally traveling through heaven and hell. In this issue, there is a war breaking out in this whole afterlife thing. So check it out. It's really good. I like the writing. Alright, this next one, I'm not gonna lie to you. I originally got this comic just because it's really, really cute. It's called Capture Creatures. It's from Boom Comics. It's written and art was both by Frank Gibson and Becky Drystat, I'm gonna say. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Pretty much it's like Pokemon, all adorable, cute creatures, except what I don't like about Pokemon is that they evolve into terrifying creatures. Here, they stay really cute and cuddly, even if they're really, really big. So it's this world with 1,000 magical creatures, and these two teens are trying to go around figuring out what's happening and also protect them from people who are trying to destroy them. I really like it. It's really adorable. Kind of think of like Pokemon meets Bee and Puppy Cat. Up next, I'm going to show you a comic that actually came out during Free Comic Book Day, Fight Club 2. No, I'm not going to go into much detail about this because I'm actually going to be doing a little collaboration with my friend in about a week or so, and I want to save it for that. But it's amazing! The art, the storyline, it gets you so involved. Definitely check it out, but we'll talk more about this one later. Alright, now we're going to get into the Marvel. Now, quick recap. Marvel is rebooting everything with Secret Wars. It's divided up into 3 different storylines. You got Last Days, where they're just kind of finish up certain people's storylines, like Captain America, who still has a few comics left. And then you have Battleworld, where all of the Earths and all of the universes have kind of been pieced together, and all the comics in the Battleworld kind of are involved with each other. And then you have Warzones, which is still the Marvel Universe, but doesn't really have anything to do with the whole war battle zone thing that's happening. So the first comic I'm going to talk about is Inhumans Atlantean Rising. This is really pretty artwork, I'm not going to lie. It's part of Battleworld. It's written by Charles Soule, who did Death of Wolverine, and the art's by John Timms, who does a lot of Deadpool and Harley Quinn. So for this, there's a rebellion breaking out in all of the battle worlds, and Lord Doom, who's kind of in charge of everything, is asking Medusa to find out who's in charge of the rebellion and to stop it. So check that one out. Up next for Marvel Universe, we have the Infinity Gauntlet. Now, this is really interesting. So this is the Marvel Universe, the Secret Wars, Warzones. Jerry Dugan from Uncanny Adventures and Deadpool and such is the writer, and Dustin Weaver, who does a lot of Star Wars and X-Men, is the artist. As you see, I got the Scotty Young variant cover because he's my favorite. But this one was really interesting. It's a post-apocalyptic dystopian type universe, and there's giant bugs that are roaming around destroying everything. And the main character in this is a tween girl, and it's her and her family except for her mom, because her mom left to go work at the Nova Corps. And they're just trying to fend for themselves and survive. And during one of the battles with the big bugs, the little girl, her name is Anwen? Again, words. They're just there. But Anwen is fighting one of these bugs, and she like punches it, and like she pulls out the stone, and you can only assume it's one of the Infinity Stones, but you gotta keep reading to figure out what's gonna happen. And there's other things that I don't want to spoil for you, so definitely check this out. Up next, we have Secret Wars Journal, part of the Battleworld. And this seems like short stories that are for the Marvel Universe. There's lots of writers and artists on this one, since there's two separate stories in one. So it's like a twofer. Buy one comic, get two free. No, that's not right. I can't math either, obviously. For this one, the first story is Lady Catherine of Bishop, or Kate Bishop. She robs from the rich and steals from the poor. You can even see she has a very Robin Hood-esque vibe to her. And the second one is enslaved mutants are trying to escape and free themselves in this Egyptian-type world. Again, Battleworld has lots of different weird areas, all combined in one. I like the artwork in this one, especially for Catherine of Bishop. She looks so amazing. I want to be her. So for our next comic, I'm not gonna lie, I only got it because of its cover. I love Scotty Young variants. I always get them. Sometimes I don't always read them. That's very bad of me. I know. Shame, shame. Waving my finger at myself. But what I ended up getting was Old Man Logan. And I'm so happy that I did. This is amazing. Now, this is part of Warzones, so it's one of those standalone, doesn't really apply to other comics. And this is written by Brian Michael Bendis, who's amazing. And the artwork is Andrea Sorrentino, who did an excellent job with the storytelling and the artwork in this comic. Now, in this world, all of the heroes were destroyed by their arch nemesis, which is kind of amazing and sad at the same time. And all the villains are ruling the world, completely dystopian universe. And the only person who can change anything is Old Man Logan. And he's like a cowboy-esque type outlaw person. It's really good. Artwork's really good. Storytelling is amazing. Check out Old Man Logan. So we have 2 comics left. And for this comic, it is another Marvel, obviously, and it is Where Monsters Dwell. This is part of the Warzones, and it's written by Garth Ennis and arts by Russ Braun. It's amazing. I mean, dinosaurs. It's like John Hamm was a fighter pilot and then got warped back to the time of dinosaurs with a damsel in distress. What's not to love, really? Dinosaurs. Alright. Last but not least, we have Secret Wars 2099. This one took me by surprise and is probably my favorite comic I read today. It's written by Peter David and drawn by Will Sliney by a person. And because everything is just getting thrown around and gone through a loop, we can travel to the future and it'll be completely different than the one that we're used to. So it's a completely different set of Avengers. Look at them. Captain America's a woman. How amazing is that? And Hawkeye is like an actual hawk, and there's Black Widow, and instead of Thor, we have Hercules. It's just really amazing, great fight sequences. I definitely recommend this. It's Marvel, but not, but Marvel. Check out Secret Wars 2099 or 2009, however you want to say it, 2K99. It's all the same. So those are my 10 comics for this week. Let's chat about them. I want to be internet friends. Let me know in the comments what you like or what comics you read. You can even find me on Instagram and Twitter, like Comic Candy News, on Facebook. All the things. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next week.